For the first time ever, the Florida State Championship will be held at Lockhart Stadium in Broward, South Florida, at the Dry Pink Stadium. It's Sox Stadium, but it's one of the coolest stadiums we got down here. But the state championship is coming down here to South Florida. The state championship that never allows FOOTBALLVILLE access. So I don't know why I'm talking about it right now, but it's a big deal for the city. Crib Talk, we out.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South
Here we go, man. We out here and we outside today, man. Wanted to feel the nature. Get warm. Get some sun. See if we can keep the COVID off us. Crib Talk, man. Caneville, by myself today. Shout out to all the members, man. We appreciate the support. Shout out to everybody who believe in us and believe the things that we say. But we ain't on here just talking. If you want to get down with the stock market, man, the reason I'm out here is because my work done today. 357% on Bed Bath & Body Beyond Play. $6,000. Work finished for the day. If you want to get down, man, the link is in the description of 786-459-9499. Let's get into a little bit of youth football. FYFL Super Bowl this weekend. And this week I asked Manny Diaz how much credit would he give to the local culture or the local high schools for getting kids ready to come in and play. Because when the kids come in ready to play, that means the culture prepared them, the high schools prepared them. Romello, Leonard Taylor, James Williams, Cam Kitchens, Jacoby George. That means that they were prepped with confidence and the skill set to come in and play on a big stage. And Manny Diaz gave the flowers to the local high school coaches. He gave flowers to local youth football coaches. FYFL Super Bowl coming up. War Ready coming up also, man. November 19th is going down. Hit us up, man. War Ready youth football. Had to throw that in there. But FYFL Super Bowl coming up, and there's a rivalry brewing. And it just played out in the playoffs at the 12U division when the Lauderdale Lakes took down Golden Army, Strong Arm, Freezy, and those guys who have been royalty of whatever age group they're at in that year. The rivalry has always been Lauderdale, Golden Army. Earlier this year, I think they brought out, man, had to be 15,000, 10,000, somewhere in that range of people to Pace High School. And we thought it was going to go down again. But that Lauderdale Lakes team, which was brought back by former Charger Richard Goodman, jumped on the scene and put their imprint on the FYFL right away. Put 5 teams into the Super Bowl right off the bat. Lauderdale Lakes Park, which wasn't around for forever. Since I can remember, maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago, last time I saw Lauderdale Lakes. It's been a while since I saw Lauderdale Lakes. So backstory. Richard Goodman would always be with Lauderhill Lions. Lauderhill Lions, ranked in the nation, top team, 9U, 10U, 11U. They would have a rivalry strong with Golden Army. And I think they beat Golden Army maybe 4 of the last 5 times or something like that. Richard Goodman was always there with them. And for some reason this year, he disbanded and said he was going to go start Lauderdale Lakes back. And he started Lauderdale Lakes back. He went around, they recruited kids from all over, got the kids together, got his culture together, put the IG names on the back. And the first time I saw them was at their park when they faced Lauderhill Lions, nationally ranked Lauderhill Lions. Come out with the purple marble helmets, the smoke. You could see the confidence. Lauderhill jumped on them and eventually choked them out. But you could see the confidence, and you could see that that the moment wasn't too big for a team that had just been put together, okay? When I walked away from that, I said, listen, man, this is a 3-team race. And I told a few people, it's a 3-team race. So fast forward, Strong Arm beat them. So Lauderhill Lakes was 0-2 to Strong Arm, and Lauderhill, they lost to both. The playoffs come, and Lauderdale Lakes has to face Strong Arm to go to the Super Bowl. Strong Arm jumps out by 2 scores and eventually lose the game 19-18. Now we have Lauderdale Lakes team, which was basically started with portion of the Lauderhill Lions team, not necessarily a coach, but a guy who was deeply involved with the Lauderhill Lions team for years. They're about to hit them and go head to head in the Super Bowl. And Broward is going to be on fire come, I think, maybe 2 weeks. I think they play in 2 weeks. I don't think they play this week. But Broward going to be on fire. And they already requesting that, listen, man, can we get the 12U game to be last? Because it always was last when you had the Dade County team involved. But now it's Broward versus Broward. Can we get the biggest rivalry and what we have going on to be last? So we'll see how that play out. But that Lauderdale Lakes 12U game is going to be massive. FYFL football, man. Shout out to the Flow League, man. Some of the best football in the nation. Listen, man, unfortunate situation for Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs. Prayer goes out to the victim's family. Henry Ruggs, a young guy, 20-year-old guy, is now facing some serious jail time. We once covered Henry Ruggs at an Army All-American game, and I recently posted that. That's the weird part about it. Out of Alabama, at the Raiders, having some success, and drinking and driving like 3:40 a.m. one night and killed somebody. Unfortunate situation, but it makes me think back to when Dante Stallworth was on South Beach one night and he hit somebody on a bike and killed them, and he actually was in Dade County Jail in my cell. We had him in a high-profile cell. And we thought the same thing. We thought that his career was over. He was going to do time, and that's not how the case played out. Yeah. And last night the Raiders released him. Well, not even 24 hours after the event happened. And let's talk about that. Like, they released him right off the bat, cut their ties with him. It's business, young man. Let's get it. It's business. It's not family. It's not a family atmosphere. None of that. It's business, because when they hit the fan for them on their end, they're going to cut their ties. So when players hold out, when players do these things, trying to exercise their rights and their business, let's let them do that, because it's always business when it's on the organizational side. But man, let's let this thing play out with Henry Ruggs, and let's see how it ends. Young men, I was once 20 years old, so I get it. I get it, thinking in a moment, thinking you're invincible, not believing it can happen to you. But I'm here to tell y'all, it can happen to anybody. Take precautions, try your best to be safe, think before you do things, or at least bring along the friend that does think if you don't know how to think. Listen, man, I want to talk to y'all also about recruiting, new recruiting. The recruiting landscape is changing right before our faces, and it seems as if it seems as if we don't realize what's going on. We got a Michigan State team. It said on national TV versus Miami, 40 new players, 20 out of the transfer portal. Comes back, put their foot on Miami neck in the fourth quarter, basically blows Miami out. But they haven't lost since then. Yesterday, the Michigan State team was one of the 4 playoff teams. Who they had in the playoff teams? I don't know. It was Georgia, Michigan State, Alabama. Alabama was in there? Damn. Were they? They snubbed Cincinnati. Dang, Cincinnati don't get no love. I think it was Michigan State, Georgia, Oregon. Wow. I got crystal ball. Oregon and Alabama. So Cincinnati gets the snub. Somebody always gets the snub. Undefeated Cincinnati team gets the snub. But Michigan State, 40 new players, 20 out the transfer portal, instantly in the National Football Playoff talk. Listen, I'm telling you now, things are ever changing. College football is changing, and the way recruiting is done is going to change. College football created the transfer portal, which is basically free agency. Then they smeared all over and they created the NIL, and that got all the hype. But they now have a pool of players that can be recycled back into college football. And a lot of those players are going to teams, and some are the best players on the team. A lot of them that came to the University of Miami, at least 70% of them were starters. At least 70% of the transfer players that the University of Miami has received were starters, some the best player at their position. The transfer portal, each year, teams will take more and more transfer portal kids. What does this mean? Here's the other side of it. So now that kids can move around, your hometown high school football landscape is going to play a huge part in this, because the kids that want to transfer and come home back to the kids that want to come home. Okay, let's take Miami for instance. You have kids out there that aren't getting a lot of play. Let's say Frank Ladson, Thayou Jones-Bell, Xavier Williams at Alabama, Domerville at LSU, offensive lineman. Kids aren't getting a lot of play. The first place that they will look is to come back home. So the kids that want to come back home to University of Miami are 4-star, 5-star kids, because the landscape of high school football here. Now, that's going to go for Texas, that's going to go for Georgia. So this is the other side of this thing. It almost seems as if kids are getting 2-team deals. Like, hey man, you go play for XYZ for 2 years or a year or two, and just come on back home. Let's take Gabe Taylor. We thought Gabe Taylor was too small. He goes to Rice, doing his thing at Rice. What if he wants to come back home? Is he proving himself on college at the college football level? Would Miami take him? So the other side of this recruiting thing, and it's with the transfer portal, is who are the kids from your local high schools? What is your local high school football landscape? And who are the kids that if they do want to come back home, or if they're not getting treated right where they are, who are the kids that are going to come back home? It's another advantage that the University of Miami have. It's another advantage that the University of Georgia may have. It's another advantage that Oregon may have. Let's not even say USC yet. I'm not sure what's going on there. But that's the other side of this thing. I'm on record, I'm going to say this. It's going to be difficult for high school kids to get college spots coming in the next 5 years, next 10 years going forward. The elite will be recruited, but a lot of players on your college football team will come right out of that transfer portal. So man, listen man, you're hearing it here first. We've been talking about this transfer portal, college free agency for a while. Colleges is going to start dipping their hand in it more. Players are going to start maneuvering different, and it's going to be hard for high school players to eventually get a spot. Listen, bro, you heard it here first. I'm D. It's Crib Talk. Make sure y'all like and share. And if you're not subscribed, man, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Look down at the subscribe button right now. Make sure if it's red, you ain't hit it. Turn on your notification bell so you get notifications while we out here. We appreciate y'all, man. Like and share for us. We out. Shout out to our new sponsor, Edge. Best tasting energy drink in the world. That's not some motto or something. It's true. The best tasting energy drink I ever taste. You can get it at liquorsplit.com. It'll deliver it to you in 30 minutes or less in their delivering area. Liquor Split. Say that slow. That'll tickle your fanny.